भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्तमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम्। रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Creation of the Fourth Order, Chapter 25, verse number. The activities of King Prachina Parishad or Puranjana. Description of characteristics of King Puranjana. Verse number 7. Supposed to read. Narada Vacha भो भो प्रजापते राजन् पशून् पश्य त्वयाध्वरे संग्रापितान् जीवसङ्गान् निर्घृणेन सहस्रशः। नारद उवाच भो भो प्रजापते राजन् पशून् पश्य त्वयाध्वरे संग्रापितान् जीवसङ्गान् निगृणेन सहस्रशः। नारद उवाच भो भो प्रजापते राजन् पशून् पश्य त्वयाध्वरे संग्रापितान् जीवसङ्गान् निगृणेन सहस्रशः। Word to word, Narada Uvaच. The great sage Narada replied, Bo Bo, hello. Prajapate, O ruler of the citizens, Rajan, O king. Narada Muni is talking to King Prachina Parishad. Was a great king, but he was engaged in too much into fruitive activities, big sacrifices, so-called sacrifice, so-called dharma. Pursuing animals, and today we will be discussing the Gopastami pastime, as today is Gopastami, Srinivasa Charituloba Tithi, and we'll understand some of the instructions. Pursuing animals, Pasya, please see, Tvaya, by you, Advare, in the sacrifice, Sangra Pitan, killed, Jiva Sangan, groups of animals, Nirgranena, without pity, Sahasrasaha, in thousands, not one or two. Through the sacrifices, he killed so many of them. He is showing all of them now with his mystic power. Translation by his divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great saint Narada said, O ruler of the citizens, my dear king, please see in the sky those animals which you have sacrificed without compassion and without mercy in the sacrificial arena. Please repeat. The great saint Narada said, "O ruler of the citizens, my dear king, please see in the sky those animals which you have sacrificed without compassion and without mercy in the sacrificial arena." This is clearly condemned in Kali Yuga not to be performed. Aswamedam Gavavalambam. Devarena Sudotpatti. There are four or five things are condemned, not supposed to be done. Aswamedagnas so are marrying the what do you call that? Material relation, sisters, son or daughter. Devarena Sudotpatti. So all not are producing child, yeah, from the wife, sister, all that. In an emergency case, Vyasdeva has produced the Pandavas are born, or not Pandavas, the Dhritarashtra and Vidura and all, but it's not for Kali Yuga, it's not, it cannot be done. So here also these sacrifices cannot be done. The big sacrifices, you can't sacrifice animals because there is no proper priest who can chant the proper mantras. No qualified brahmanas are there, so for Kali Yuga that is prohibited in the Shastra. Purport Vishnu Prabhupada. Because animal sacrifice is recommended in the Veda, there are animal sacrifice in almost all religious rituals. However, one should not be satisfied simply by killing animals according to the directions of the scriptures. One should transcend the ritualistic ceremonies and try to understand the actual truth. The purpose of life. Narada Muni wanted to instruct the king about the real purpose of life and invoke a spirit of renunciation in his heart. So that's what we will see in Srimad Bhagavatam, the beginning. Varnashrama sarvata purushena puman Vishnu aradhyate nanyat tattva. So Lord Vishnu, developing our loving relationship with Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, that is the main key aspect of any varna and any ashrama. That is the real purpose. Savai pumsam paravadharmo ito bhakti rada adokshaha ituki apradata yatma suprasidati. So that is the only way one can one can feel the supreme happiness, attain great transcendental bliss by offering everything in the service of the Lord. That is the real purpose of life. Invoking a spirit of renunciation is hard. Knowledge and the spirit of renunciation, jnana and vairagya are ultimate goal of life, but these are the byproducts. We should not try to acquire so much knowledge and then we try to become vairagi, renunciation. These are actually become impediment in bhakti. When we these are byproduct. When we perform bhakti, naturally this gnana will come, vairagya will come, detachment, internal detachment. But artificially trying to practice these things will create an impediment in the process of bhakti. Without knowledge, one cannot become detached from material enjoyment. Without being detached from material enjoyment, one cannot make spiritual advancement. Karmis are generally engaged in sense gratification, and for this end, they are prepared to commit so many sinful activities. Animal sacrifice is but one such sinful activity. Consequently, by his mystic power, Narada Muni showed King Prachin Barishad the dead animals which he had sacrificed. So, ultimately, these animals supposed to get higher birth when they are sacrificed in a proper way. They are just being killed for not getting their next life. It's not so good. So that's what here King Narada Muni very compassionately. This is the duty of the spiritual master to instruct, to chastise, to correct the living entity. However, he may be a great king or whatever the condition is. So now we'll read the pastimes. Here, the previous verse, Narada is talking about what is actual dharma. Atapam vir dvijasreshta varnashrama vibhaga sanustitasya dharma samsiddhir haritosam. Pleasing the Lord Hari, Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna is the main key point, pretty much the real dharma. Dharmantu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Whatever rules and laws given by the Supreme Lord through the Sadhu and Shastra Guru, as he expanding himself as these three personalities, so that we can understand Paramatma is instructing inside our heart, but we are not able to understand. So that's why he expands himself as Shastra and he expands himself as Shastra also. It's very difficult to understand, comprehend, because in some places it is mentioned you can offer meat to Kali. So, but that is only in emergency cases. That's only in special cases. Those who cannot give up this activity. It is irreligious. On top of it, if somebody is attached, okay, fine, but you can only offer to Kali. That also the person who's going to eat, he has to kill that animal and offer it to Kali. That is the injunction. That also only Amavasya day, once a month. That is the injunction clearly given. No, it cannot be done any day and every day. That's all these things are there. Dharmantu sakshat, but whatever shastra injunctions are there in the shastra, that's what we have to follow. But somebody is creating these dharmas, vidharma, chaladharma, upadharma. Yesterday we were reading here in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj, Vasdev is speaking to, Nardamani is speaking to Vasdev. Yesterday we were reading. A pretentious religious system manufactured by one who willfully neglects the prescribed duties of his order of life is called abhas, is a dim reflection of false. So somebody is coming up with their pretentious so-called religious system manufactured. Somebody is manufacturing. That's not going to work. But if one performs the prescribed duties for his particular ashrama or varna, why are they not sufficient to mitigate all material distress? Because if they don't follow, if they follow the authority and shastra, then it will give the right results. And dharma baddho vidharmasya paro dharmo anya chodita upadharmastu pakando dambo va shabda bhi chala. Religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion are called vidharma. Religious principles introduced by others are called paradharma. A new type of religion created by one who is falsely proud and who opposes the principles of Vedas is called upadharma. And interpretation by one's jugglery of words is called chaladharma. So to create a new type of dharma has become fashionable in this age. So-called swamis and yogis support that one may follow any type of religious system according to one's own choice because all systems are ultimately the same. But that is not the instruction from Bhagavad Gita. Yanti devratan devan pitrun yanti pitruvatan bhutan yanti bhutejya yanti madhya jinobham. If you worship demigod, you will go to demigod planet. If you worship bhutas, pretas, you will go to those planet, Borloka. If you go worship forefather, you will go to Pita planet, which is all the way down Garbhodak ocean next to the hellish planet. Both are next to each other. That's where one will go. But if one worships me, then they will come to Vaikuntha. So that's clearly there is nowhere Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. We can't find a verse where it says everything is same. Result will be same. No, in Isopnishads also you'll see different results will come. If one worships Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, one result will come. If one worships demigod, another result, different result will come. It's not the same. That's why here clearly first point is being made. But people are coming up with fashion. It became a fashion, creating a new system. So many isms. Yesterday we were talking Jainism, whatever, whatnot. Today's world, Swaminarayan, so many things. All these isms are coming up. But what is Krishna said, no one wants to follow. In Srimad Bhagavatam, however, such fashionable ideas are called vidharma because they go against one's own religious system. The real religious system is described as the supreme personality of God. It's Sarva Dharman Parityate Mam Ekam. That's why Krishna is stressing on that. You have come up with so many kinds of dharmas, but you neglected actually what I have given you. When I created this material world, I sent fourth generation of men. You are supposed to follow Anad Bhavantu Bhutan Parjanad Anadam. Only way. You should subsist on food grains, and those food grains will come when you perform sacrifices, and demigods will get their share and they will provide. They are the in charge, empowered personalities on behalf of me. But when you engage sacrifice, they will get the first Lord Vishnu will be the center. And then from him, the demigods also will get their share. But if one doesn't perform sacrifices to Lord Vishnu, then they can get the right results. The real religious system is that if of surrender to the lotus feet of Lord, in this kind of Srimad Bhagavatam, in connection with Ajamla's delivery, Yamraj says, Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Mahajanasya Gatasapanta Tatvam Nitam Guhaya. It is very difficult to understand Dharma. That's why we have to understand from Acharya. For a particular yuga, particular age, particular time, for a particular devotee, what is applicable, what he can do, what he cannot do. Prabhupada writes in another place that the sannyasi not supposed to engage do marriages, but I had engaged because at that point that is what needed. Because Kali Yuga, men and women are going together everywhere in schools and colleges and jobs and everywhere. So, but they are not cultured. So there's so much chaos. Then I had to arrange. I see that as a disturbance in the beginning itself. Then Prabhupada himself personally arranged marriage. Okay, you want to be together, you better get married. That is an injunction of Shastra. So then Prabhupada personally had to do it. Sannyasi is not supposed to be even close in contact with women, but he had to do it because time, place, circumstance, what is. So Acharya will know what is actually what's supposed to be done at what time. So that's why it is Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Real religion is that which is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as the real law is that which is given by the government. No one can manufacture actual law at home, nor can one manufacture actual religion. Elsewhere it is said, Savai Pumsam Pro Dharma. That is the real Dharma. To Adokshaja, serving Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna must be in center. Real it is that which leads one to become a devotee of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, anything opposed to this religious system of progressive Krishna consciousness is called Vidharma, Paradharma, Upadharma, Chaladharma. All these things has to be given up. Misinterpretation of Bhagavad Gita is called Chaladharma. Many people so called, I was telling yesterday, right, other day. Someone came to Prabhupada when he was doing the Sri Bhakti Dance Thakur Avirbhava Tirobhav in Bombay. One Mataji came from Mayawal Sampradaya. Then she was talking about, oh, my guru has said in his book he has written Bhagavad Gita translation. He said Krishna means unknown. Unknown is blank and is unknown. And immediately Prabhupada said, if Krishna is unknown, why did he write translate? If he's unknown, you don't know, then why did he translate? If you know, then you can write. You don't know, that means that's it. And then immediately came Prabhupada asked, "Oh, bring me that book, Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktos saha rahasyam iti uttamam. I'm only, I reveal myself to only devotee. Vedaham samudadani vartamanani charjana bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kachana. No one else knows. Only my devotee knows. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. And this will lead to the next point of our Gopastami, pastime. Only by bhakti one can actually understand Krishna. There is no other way. Not through karma, not through jnana, not through yoga. And there is no other way to understand Krishna. Clearly, he is calling out everywhere. You will see that. If one wants to offer to me, if Lord has to accept, only by bhakti. He is not saying karmena, so jnanena or yogena. So patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Tadopaham bhakti uparodam. Bhakti uparodam. Two times. There also. Everywhere the same word is used, bhakti. Without bhakti, Krishna nowhere said, you offer with me karma, you offer fruitive activities or jnana or yoga. No. Only by devotion. Love has to be there. So that's why here we'll see that. But people interpret Bhagavad Gita, Krishna means something else. When Krishna says Manmana Mad Bhakto, no, it is not to Krishna, it is something inside. There is no difference between Krishna inside and outside. For us, there is a difference. Gross body, subtle body, and the soul. But for Krishna, everything is spiritual. What is gross and what is subtle for him? Everything is spiritual. So he never gets contaminated, whether he takes fish form or horse form, whatever, Ayagriva form, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, any form we take, everywhere his body is transcendental. Sachidananda Vigraha. Misinterpretation of Bhagavad Gita is Chaladharma. When Krishna directly says something, some rascal interprets it to mean something different. This is Chaladharma, a religious system of cheating or Shabdabit, a jugglery of words. One should extremely careful to avoid these various types of cheating system of religion. So that's why we have to be careful. If you are not careful, then definitely you'll lead there only. You'll be attracted to these things. So now let's read the Gopastami pastime, beautiful pastime. So now the instruction on this Gopastami pastime before I read. So Gopastami it is also called Subal, Vesh, Subal Milan. So Subal becomes, Srimad Radharani becomes a Gopa in this pastime. And the key instructions are one must take responsibility. Lord Krishna is showing at this particular pastime where Lord Krishna is taking a responsibility by himself. Father and mother didn't give. Actually, they were not ready to give. He was only so small. They were afraid. How can we give the child such a small? So cowherding. It's not a small work. So he may get hurt. He has to go through all these thorns and on the road he has to walk. We don't know in the forest what will happen. So as a small child, that's what. But Krishna is showing how one should take responsibility and not somebody else do somebody else duty. This is in the Vaishya agriculture platform, not somebody else duty. And how to do the responsibility is not as a duty. If you go to office, why are we going to office? 9 to 5 exactly in time. We don't miss any meetings. We don't miss any work. We deliver our whatever supposed to deliver. We for business also, for everything in this world, we do in time. We don't forget. We don't miss our family duties. But when it comes to spiritual practice, we miss. But Lord Krishna is showing. He will now, he doesn't want to miss, and the responsibility and duties is not doing by obligation. He's doing by prema, by love. Out of love, he wants to serve the cows, Gomata. He wants to show the whole world how much he has love. And the topmost love, so is shown by the highest rasa. Out of all the rasas, the highest rasa is conjugal rasa. The Radha and Krishna's prem. That's why here we have in the material world we have some little bit tinge of it from the mother's love. So the mamata, so much deep love mother has, however child may behave at any point of time. And we will see from Jiva Goswami's song, beautiful song given by how much this prema is coming from the Radha and Krishna originally. This beautiful song by Jiva Goswami. Krishna prema mai Radha, Radha prema mayo Hari, जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम कृष्णस्य द्रविणं राधा राधाया द्रविणं हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम कृष्ण प्राणमयी राधा राधा प्राणमयो हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम कृष्ण द्रवमयी राधा राधा द्रवमयो हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम कृष्ण गेहे स्थिता राधा राधा गेहे स्थितो हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम कृष्ण चित्ता स्थिता राधा राधा चित्ता स्थितो हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम नीलाम्बरधरा राधा पीताम्बरधरो हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम वृन्दावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्ण वृन्दावनेश्वरा जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम कृष्ण प्रेममयी राधा राधा प्रेममयो हरि जीवनेन धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम राधा कृष्णा गतिर्मम Srila Jiva Goswami ki jai. We'll read quickly translation and get on to the pastime. So that we understand, I want to bring the original love where it is originated. Krishna himself is expanded himself as Balaram, but also expanded himself. That is a little bit, there is a difference, little difference, slight difference. But Krishna and Radha, there is no difference. Krishna himself expanding as Radha as well. You will see here, Radha is made of pure love for Krishna, and Hari is made of pure love for Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. This is Jiva Goswami submitting and offering himself. Radha is the treasure of Krishna and Hari is the treasure of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha pervades the life force of Krishna and Hari pervades the life force of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. The reason I am sung this song because we have to understand the inside the essence of this Gopastami costume is how one should engage in the activities with deep love for Krishna. Family duties, everything should be done for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna. Or offering something, we may work, we may get something, so that again to utilize in the service of Radha and Krishna, we may engage in some work to maintain ourselves, maintain our family, and to actually to primary duty is to serve Radha and Krishna nicely, wonderfully with love. That's what Krishna is showing. He is taking responsibility of covering, but actually he wants to do it out of love. Nobody asked him to take the responsibility. This is what. um, सो हमको दायित्व लेना है. सो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी जिम्मेदारी लेना है. दूसरों को देख के नहीं, हम खुद लेना है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी बिना पूछ के. सो बट इन जनरल इन दिस मटेरियल somebody has to give us on this. Okay, you do this job, manager has to tell, or the father mother has to tell the child, a teacher has to tell the student. But actually the first class student means uh, he himself he wants to take. Here Krishna is showing he wants to take responsibility. Nanda and Yashoda was not ready to give, but Krishna is showing he wants to do it because out of so much deep love. And we see that from Chaitanya Madhavendra Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shows the example of Madhavendra Puri. And he doesn't want to take when he's been glorified because of his doing so much service day and night deeply, and is getting so much glorification. He immediately runs away from that place. He doesn't stay. As soon as he is getting to know that next day is going to be so many, already he is realizing that so many people are going to run to me and I will be glorified. This will be my fall down. Then immediately ran from that place. He went to some other village completely. Madhavendra. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is discussing this pastime at Remuna with Lord Nityananda Prabhu and other associates. We'll see, but here the real love, the responsibility with the activity done with great love and submission for the pleasing Guru and Krishna. This is originally coming from this love between Radha and Krishna. That's why we are reading this, written by Jiva Goswami. Radha pervades the life force of Krishna, and Hari pervades the life force of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is totally melted with Krishna, and Hari is totally melted with Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. That's why in the last line is Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, our destination. But the third line is very important. In every verse it is there, almost 8 verses. Jivanena Dane Nityam. That is a real dhan. Dana is not the real wealth is this. The love is the real wealth. That can sustain any at any point of time, however difficulty may be. So however the situation is, love can sustain everything. Radha is totally melted with Krishna and Hari is totally melted with Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is situated in the body of Krishna and Hari is situated in the body of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is fixed in the heart of Krishna and Hari is fixed in the heart of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha wears cloth of blue color and Hari wears cloth of yellow color. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is the mistress of Vrindavana and Krishna is the master of Vrindavana. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Now let's read this pastime. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 15, verse number 1. So that see that. Yeah, this is the verse. श्रीसुकोवाच ततश्च पौगण्डवया श्रुतौ व्रजे बभूवतस्तौ पशुपालसम्मतौ गश्चारयन्तौ सखिभिः समम पादैर वृंदावनम पुण्यम ativa chakratu. Sukadeva Goswami said, when Lord Rama and Lord Krishna attained the age of Pauganda 6 to 10 while living in Vrindavan, the courtmen allowed them to take up the task of tending the cows. Engaging thus in the company of their friend, the two boys rendered the land of Vrindavan most auspicious by imprinting upon it the marks of their lotus feet. Purport was Prabhupada. Lord Krishna wanted to encourage his cowherd boyfriends who had been swallowed by Aghasur and then stolen by Lord Brahma. Therefore, the Lord decided to bring them into the palm tree forest called Talavan. There are 12 forests, Vrindavan, where there were many delicious ripe fruits, since Lord Krishna's spiritual body had apparently grown slightly in the age and strength. The senior men of Vrindavan, headed by Nanda Maharaj, decided to promote Krishna from the task of herding cows. I think at the age of 3 or 4, he has taken the cows. Now he is taking the cows. To the status of regular cowherd boy, he would now take care of the fully grown cows, bulls, and oxen. Out of great affection, Nanda Maharaj had previously considered Krishna too small and immature to take care of full grown cows and bulls. It is stated in the Kartika Mahatmya section of Padma Puran, Suklastami Kartiketu, Smruta Gopastami Buddha, Tad Dinad Vasudevo Abhut, Gopa Purvam to Vatsapa, because always we want to go by reference. That's why we're reading before the actual real pastime. The 8th lunar day of the bright fortnight of the month of Kartika is known by the authority as Gopastami. From that day, Lord Vasudeva served as a cowherd, whereas previously he had tended the calves. The word Padai indicates the Lord Krishna blurs the earth by walking on her surface with his lotus feet, barefoot. Krishna has so much love for cows. He has so much love for every living entity. But when someone doesn't want him, then what can he do? He can't force someone to love. So that's why the jivas, those who doesn't want Krishna, then for them, Lord created material. Lord, okay, all right, you stay in this place, because in the Vaikuntha you can't stay, because you are going to spoil yourself and then spoil the rest of the people. Here, there is nothing which exists without love. Here, everything is imbued with love. Hmm. तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धि yogam tam, प्रीतिपूर्वकं, with great love. My devotees, out of great love, they always discuss about me and engage in loving devotion service. Not duty, not a duty. In office, we'll do duty. If they stop paying, we'll not go. Same thing, business. When we stop getting money return, then we stop the business. But in devotion service, it is not done in return, something expecting return. That is not the case. So that's why हमको ये दायित्व लेना है, रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना है, सेवा प्रेम से करना है. गुरु का सेवा और कृष्ण का सेवा दोनों प्रेम से करना है. दूसरों का देख के नहीं करने का है हमको, और क्या मिलेगा वो भी देखने का नहीं करने का है. सिर्फ प्रेम से करना है. जो मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा वो बाद में, वो सब आ जाएगा. जब कृष्ण से प्रेम करेंगे, गुरु से प्रेम करेंगे, तो सब आ जाएगा. क्योंकि प्रेम तो उनके पास है, कृष्ण और गुरु के पास है. एज वी रेड जस्ट नाउ, Radha and Krishna originally, that is coming from there. So that's why we have to serve them. Then automatically everything will come. If he is the master, he is the source of everything. So everything one will get. But we just need to do it without expecting anything in return. The Lord wore no shoes or other footgear, but walked barefoot in the forest, giving great anxiety to the girls of Vrindavana. Gopis couldn't tolerate. Even the Yasodhama is also called Gopi. Gopi Adade Krutaga Siddhamata Avad. Kunti Maran is playing Gopi. She's also called Gopi. So that's why they wear Gopi dress. Not saris, but Gopi dress. Oh, that's why generally it's not allowed. Sari must be wore for the any service on the altar, because that is a general recommendation. We are not at the level of, we can't imitate the Vrindavan. That's why we have to. So that's why we can't imitate. When you go to Jagannath Puri, when you go to Vrindavan, when you go to Mayapur, there are so many Dhamvasis. Don't imitate, don't argue, don't fight with them. They may do some things differently. It may look different. And don't try to argue, don't try to fight with them. And don't try to imitate. Sometimes we tempt. And some, they may not be having a guru, but they are at a different level. So, but we can't imitate them. So वो तो अधिकार से जन्म लिया है, वो अधिकार से कर रहे हैं. बट हम तो वो अधिकार, हमारे पास वो अधिकार नहीं है. भक्ति का अधिकार नहीं है, प्रेम का अधिकार भी नहीं है, कर्म का अधिकार में है, ज्ञान का अधिकार में है. सो हम वो काम उनका इमिटेट नहीं कर सकते हैं. So that's why you have to follow what आचार्य is. आचार्य knows हम कौन सा स्तर पे है, so इसलिए हमको आचार्य जो देते हैं वो फॉलो करना है. जो सिस्टम Sri Prabhupada is giving particular system, that's what we will follow. Then we can actually develop that love. Otherwise, it's just not possible. Now let's read the pastime. Here, Subal's pastime is given. So hold on. The eighth day of Kartik, Kartik's bright fortnight marks an important day in Krishna Vrindavan pastimes. His initiation as full-fledged cowherder. This day, known as Gopastami, is the day Krishna graduated from spending his days herding cows to herding the cows. Till Jiva Goswami is Gopal Champ. Yesterday we read a little bit. Let's see, because today is this special pastime on top of it. Gopal Champ describes the occasion of Krishna's initiation as a cowherder, marking his passage from boyhood to youth in detail. On the same day, Krishna's devotees also remember another intimate pastime. So that's what we will read first. Often referred to as Subal Milan. Yeah, this is the title of this pastime. On this day, many temples in Vrindavan and now throughout the world show the deity Pama Srimati Radharani with her lotus feet visible. Because she's a Gopa now. She takes the position of a Gopa. So that's why. Yeah, because male can show the feet. Generally, female generally doesn't show the feet. So uh, out of chastity and respect. On all other days of the year, Radharani, the supremely chaste goddess of devotion to Krishna, keeps her feet covered. So, how is it that she shows her lotus feet on this day of the year? She does so almost inadvertently, by indirection, disguised as Krishna's bosom friend Subal. She comes as Subal. Krishna couldn't even recognize at this point, at this pastime. Among all of Krishna's friends, Subal is perhaps the most intimate. He is the leader of the Priya Narma Sakas. We'll read from what Prabhupada had to say. There are four grades: Sakas, Priya Sakas, Priya Narma Sakas. There are four grades, categories. Fourth is the highest, very deep, especially Subal. Subal is the deep, very confidential. So only Krishna, what Krishna knows, what Subal will know. What Subal knows, Krishna knows. Other friends may not know exactly what they are thinking, what Krishna is doing, what Subal is doing. They will have no idea. The rest of the friends sometimes. Who acts as accomplices in Krishna's loving dealings with Radharani and other cohort girls of Braja. Subal has very fair complexion like Radharani's. In fact, his countenance is very closely resembles Radharani. You can distinguish sometimes. That's how both are. One day, Krishna felt so deeply the pangs of love for Radha and that he was inconsolable in his separation from her. He called his dear friend Subal and said, "Hey, I can't stand being away from Radha. You have to get her and bring her here to me." Subal, perplexed and depressed, how can I bring her out to the forest in a broad daylight? Radharani was kept from meeting with Krishna by vigilant elders with that, Jatila and Kutila, mother-in-law, especially Jatila, the mother of her so-called husband. So that is also another pastime. The curse was there between Radha and I think Sridham. So that's why they both had that. So seemingly married, but actually not the husband. They have no physical connection. Abhimanyu, so-called. Jatila kept a close watch on Radharani day and night, and Subala worried about how he would be able to manage to spirit her away from her home. Krishna was insistent. You will figure it out. You have to manage it somehow or the other. That's what. We have to take the responsibility of Guru without him asking. And we have to understand the desires of Guru and Krishna. Especially, we will understand if we closely observe, if we hear, if we read Prabhupada's books, if we hear his lectures, then we will know. Gradually, we will know. And in the association of devotee, we practice. Mat chitta mat gata prana bodhayanta parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti ramanti cha. When we engage in loving relationship with devotees and the Lord, and especially with through the medium of bona fide spiritual master, and then actually we can get everything. We will know everything. Everything will be revealed in the heart. That's why this is heart. Divya Gnan Huda Prakasito. Not Mana Prakasito, not something else. Buddhi, no. Heart. Love is to do with the heart, not something else. So, अविद्या विनाश हो जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहां होते अविद्या विनाश हो जाते वी आर वरीड व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन टू मी अरे 10 साल से कर रहा हूँ 20 साल से कर रहा हूँ 30 साल से कर रहा हूँ ये चैंटिंग कर रहा है ये आनंद क्यों नहीं जा रहा है यस जब पहले आते हैं टेम्पल में पहले वक्त नया वक्त बनते हैं तब सब ठीक है सब लगता है सब अच्छा डिवोटी है, प्योर डिवोटी है, मैं ही गंदा है। बट जब 2 3 4 5 10 साल हो जाता है, फिर हम बाकी सबका दोष देखने लगते हैं, ऑफेंसेस करते हैं। सो हम लगते हैं कौन सा हम मेरा पोजीशन क्या है, मैं किधर जाएंगे, मैं कैसा अच्छा पोजीशन मिलेगा। दिस इज व्हाट आवर थिंकिंग विल बी about me, always me only, what I'm going to get. But that the bhakti means what did we read earlier? Radha's love is for her, no, for Krishna. Krishna is thinking of Radha to serve others. Krishna is thinking here to serve the cows. Krishna not thinking of to serve himself, how I can get something in return. No, Krishna is serving out of love. That's what this pastime is teaching. And Guru is always Prabhupada, he is serving for himself. He wants to do activities for himself. No, he wants to please his Guru. Hmm. And one more point is, we should not be thinking that I have qualification. That is another problem. Hmm. Because I am not pure, I have anarthas, and we will see everybody also has anarthas. Nobody is pure in this world. No, no pure devotee here in this world. We will come up with all kinds of things. Or think I am the only purity. Everybody has all the anarthas. Everybody, nobody is pure in this world. So all these kind of things will think. Or we will think also I have great qualification. I can do this. So we'll make try to find faults always. These things will come up. That's why we can't progress. If you are doing only without expecting anything, because Guru's job is to do give Krishna Prema only. Krishna's job is to give Krishna Prema. Chitramam. This is their service. They want to give us, but we are not ready. We don't want to follow. We don't want to do with love. We want some expectation is there, and neither we follow exactly what they are asking us to do. We like to do only because I like to do. I get happiness. If I chant, I get the happiness. If I do this service, I get happiness. I like to do. It's not that what Guru is saying. No, if Guru says something else, no, you will not do. Krishna is doing out of love. So, not because you want to get something in return. Mm. Not that I only like this, that's why I want to do this. No. Whatever Guru and Krishna says, we should do it. So whether we like it or not like it. Mm. That's the purpose that my Guru Maharaj, when he was he just joined, 1968 he joined. Immediately in few months he has been asked, you have to become temple president. He said, he's only 17 years or 18 years at that time. He wrote to Prabhupada. The Prabhupada said, don't be bodily conscious. That's what he wrote. He just joined. So that means because this responsibility for Krishna, serving Krishna is not based on the body. You just take responsibility. If somebody asks, okay, you don't know how to do it, that's a different question. You ask them, then somebody will guide you, somebody will be with you and train you and whatnot. Prabhupada trained till last stage of his life. He was training his disciples. From the beginning to end, he is training. So that is the Guru will take the responsibility. Guru or Guru's representative will train. But provided we are ready, we always want to run backwards, not follow what Guru has to give. So that is our problem. We have all kinds of other attraction. We want to do only what I like to do. But that is not bhakti at all. So that's what we can see here. Here, Subal will do anything for Krishna. All his friends, especially Subal, will do anything. His job is only to do what pleases Krishna, what pleases Radharani. That is his only job. That's why he is so dear. Priya Narmasaka. That's what we have to become. We have to enter into the close entourage of Guru. We have to enter into his heart. Guru has to think, he has to make him Atmasat, the devotee, Atmasat. And then that's how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you will see that the whole Kulinagram, he made them Atmasat, or Kasi Mishra. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu need a place, Sarvam Bhattacharya, he heard from King and Sarvam Bhattacharya, what is it, King Pratap Rudra and Sarvam Bhattacharya, that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu need a place. Then he said immediately, he is new, he just came. He doesn't even know who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came there, then they introduced his Kashi Mishra. Then immediately offered, I am yours. So that means whatever I have property, everything is yours also. He did not, he was new. He's not did that 20 years, 30 years, or even 5 years. Hard few days. But he offered himself. So simplicity is there in his heart. He just offered Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately showed his forehand Chaturbhuj Roop. He showed because he could see that he surrendered. His heart is so simple, so much love and paid for doing service to offer to Sadhu and Guru. So that's always the reciprocation, the return gift will be so deep and so high when we serve out of love. That's what we see in this pastime, particular pastime. Subal, how he acts. Subal perplexed and replied, how can I bring her out to the forest in broad daylight? Radha Rani was kept from meeting with Krishna by village vigilant elders, especially Jitla, the mother of her so-called husband. Jitla kept a close watch on Radharani's day and night, and Subal worried about how he would be able to manage to spirit her away from her home. Krishna was insistent. You will figure it out. You have to manage it somehow or the other. Determined to satisfy his friend, Subal hatched the plan. He approached Radha's home with one of his calves under his arm. As he got near the house, he set the calf down on the ground and gave it a tail, a quick twist, so it would run off. Then he approached Radha's home. Ever watchful and ever suspicious, Jetla called to Subal. Say, what are you doing here? You are that boy who is always hanging out with rascal Krishna. You boys are undoubtedly up to no good. You get out of here right now. That is the job of Kutla. Otherwise, there is no rasa. So somebody has to be there to create this kind of situation. No, no, no. You are mistaken, dear mother. Subal protested. I have lost one of my calves. His mother is causing quite a stir, mourning and separation of our baby, and I just want to bring him back like a good cowherd. Jetla, despite her suspicion, was persuaded. Well, I don't see your calf could find its way all the way here from Nandagram, but have a look anyway. You will see that he is not here. Subal took advantage of the situation, went into Radharani's home, and told her the situation. They exchanged clothes, and while Subal remained in Radhara's room, disguised as her, so Subal took the role of Radharani, and Radharani took his clothes and made become a Subal. You'll see that's why she is like a Gopa dress. You'll see. She's not a female. She's dressing as a boy, cohort boy, not cohort lady. She dressed in Subal's clothes, took the small cap in her arms so that no one can think, because bodily features has to be covered. So she put that headed for the forest, nodding farewell to the unsuspecting Jatila and smiling to herself in anticipation of meeting Krishna. Radharani going out, and Jatila is thinking this is Subal going out, but she couldn't recognize. She approached Krishna at the appointed rendezvous. She looked so much like Subal that Krishna didn't recognize her and feared that Subal had failed in his mission. So, we may understand then that the rare opportunity to see Srimad Radharani's lotus feet is due to a sort of a trick and is connected with the intimate pastime that is certainly difficult for ordinary people to fathom. We may be able to appreciate this to the extent that we have taken shelter of the process of bhakti as taught by our spiritual master. Before that, I think. I- At last, when Radharani saw Krishna, she approached him in the garb of Subal. Krishna was mad. He could not detect that Radharani had come, but mistook her for Subal. He said, oh, Subal, you have come back without Radharani. Won't you bring her? Radharani began cutting jokes. No, she said, it was impossible for me to bring her in the daytime. Krishna said, then what am I to do? I can't tolerate my life any longer. Radharani said, if you say so, I can go to Chandraval and bring her. No, 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 Krishna said. Curd cannot satisfy the thirst of the milk. It is not possible. Krishna was pained with disappointment. Then Radharani embraced him, saying, my lord, can't you recognize your maidservant? See, this is the position. So, what Radharani is submitting? She's thinking that I am the great lover. No, she's submitting as maid servant. So, that is the position. You fail to recognize me, then Krishna was again full of joy. This is what we have to understand, that the qualification. When we think we are qualified, then finished. We can't perform bhakti. We can't do anything with attention, submission. When we think we are not qualified, as Narottam Das Thakur is showing, by his own example, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur is showing, योग्यते विचारे किचु नहीं पाया तुम्हार करुणा सार करुणा ना होइले कांदिया प्राण ना रखिबो आर. If you examine me, you'll find no qualities. Your mercy is all that I am made of. If you are not merciful unto me, then I can only weep and I will not be able to maintain my life. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya कुरोयेदासे तृणपेका अतिहीन सकले सहाने बलदीया कुरे निज मने स्पृहहीन. Gurudev, give to this servant just one drop of mercy. I am lower than a blade of grass. Give me all help. Give me strength. Let me be as you are, without desires or aspirations. I offer you all respects, for thus I may have the energy to know you correctly. Then, by chanting the holy name in great ecstasy, all my offenses will cease. O Lord and Master, when will such mercy fall to this one who is weak and devoid of intelligence? Allow me to be with you. Hmm. So that kabe hono kripa labai ei jana कृतार्थ होइबे नाथ सकति बुद्धिहीना अमी अति दीना kuro more atmasat. That is important. Atmasat. Atma. We have to make Guru Atmasat. When we'll do with love, as Krishna is showing, he wants to do with love. And is at the earlier verse we're reading Bhagavatam also. Dharma. He's doing his dharma. He's not taking somebody. He's covered boy. He's in Vaishya community. What he has to do? He has to do that job, not somebody else's job. So when we are going, Guru gives or authority gives, can you do this service? No, no, no. I cannot do this, Prabhu. I will do. Can you give me the other service which I like to do? No. When somebody gives service, this is coming. The authority may be giving, but who is arranging? Paramatma is seeing what is there in your heart, is arranging through Guru. Then you have to accept it. You should try your best to do it, or you find somebody else. You should try. We should try our best to do that service. However difficult it is, whatever the situation, unless only in emergency situation we should neglect that particular service, give up. Otherwise, we should always do the service. We cannot miss also because service is the opportunity to develop our love. That's what Krishna is showing through the Gopastami. He's ready to walk barefoot. He has so much love. He's chanting, he's calling each cow. He's taking care of the cows. He's feeding them. And he's playing the flute and they become mesmerized. They become stunned. Krishna calls each cow with their names and they run like anything. They have so much deep affection. So that is the loving relationship. Krishna is not only has the love for all the cohort boys and cohort ladies and his father and mother, but he has so much love for each and every animal also. The birds, and they have pet bull, pet animal, pet parrot. So different names are there. I don't remember everything, but Radharani has and Krishna has. So in this way, Krishna is showing how to actually do service, how to develop our loving relationship. It comes when you start taking responsibility. If there is a love and trust, then you take responsibility. If there is no love, then you will not take responsibility. Or you will expect some result, or you will think you have qualification, or you will start finding more you are experienced, more you are into it, more instead of absorbing ourselves in service, we will think all others and we will think of so many things what I'm getting. So why I'm still suffering. That is no one who has love, you will not think why he is suffering. Radharan is always thinking of Krishna. Krishna is a cohort boy is always they run, they finish their duties, immediately they run to Krishna. Krishna is not ready. Krishna is still taking bath or Krishna is still eating, but the cohort boy is always there in front of Krishna's house. They're watching Krishna, they're cutting jokes with Krishna. All that they will have so much fun. They can't stay at home. They will finish bath quickly and to finish their duty and run to Krishna. They always want to be with Krishna. Because out of so much love, this is how the service should not be given. Service should be taken. So we should be eager to take up service. What service you have? What can I do? How can I do? How can I improve? This should be our move. And this is what Krishna is showing through Gopastami, pastime. How one must do this loving devotion service, then so that we can actually perfect, we can get the real happiness. Otherwise, there is no happiness in this world. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is showing on this particular point. And he was thinking, then I came to give love. Now all these people are so much creating offenses, Mayavad, and so many people are creating offenses. Then he was distressed. What should I do? So that's when before he was a sannyasi, he was a teacher, he was a great scholar, Nimai Pandit. So that's when this was happening. But he appeared for some different reason. So that time he says, Paduya Pasandi Kurmi Nindakadi Yata Tara Asi Prabhu Paya Haya Avanata. Thus the students, infidels, fruitive workers, critics all came to surrender unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Till that point, they are not surrendering, they are creating great offenses. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, understanding that, then he accepted. Aparada Shamaila Dubila Prema Jale Keva Edaibe Prabhura Prema Mahajale. Lord Chaitanya excused them all and they merged into the motion of devotion service, for no one can escape the unique loving network of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was an ideal acharya. An acharya is an ideal teacher who knows the purport of the revealed scriptures, behaves exactly according to their injunctions, and teaches the student to adopt these principles also. And an ideal acharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, devised ways to capture all kinds of atheists, materialists. Every acharya has a specific means of propagating his spiritual movement. with the aim of bringing men to Krishna consciousness. Therefore, the method of one acharya may be different from that of another acharya, but the ultimate goal is never neglected, as Rupa Goswami recommends. Tasmat kenapi upayena mana Krishna nishayet. Somehow or the other, the teacher's job is to bring them to their mind, purify the mind, and mind is always should be absorbed in Krishna service, thinking of Krishna. Sarva vidya nisheda syur etayor eva kinkar. All other rules and regulations is subservient to that one thing, which is mind to be absorbed in Krishna. An acharya should devise a means by which people may somehow or the other come to Krishna consciousness. First, they should become Krishna conscious, and all the prescribed rules and regulations may later gradually be introduced. That's why in the beginning, Prabhupada never said chant 16 rounds and rules and regulations. No, many of them didn't even know what they are supposed to do. Initiation means what? They don't know. Uh, can you surrender to Prabhupada? Tomorrow you'll get initiated. Yes. Whatever Prabhupada said, yes. Go to China, go to Japan, to Russia, yes. There is no question. Just like it is like a train track. That's why सावधानी से करना है. जब two trains meet where there is junction, they make sure that it doesn't, because it is metal. It can expand during the winter and heat. So they make sure that regularly tested and checked so that train will not go out of its control. Especially when it comes to that merger, that entering the platform and going out the platform, there is a diversion there. So they will be very careful. So that's why there is Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakatena Bandhu Mohi Savadhane. The service has to be done with great attention. No other talk should go on, no other cell phone, nothing. Mind should be absorbed, focused on particular service, whatever we are doing. Attention has to be there, very focused, only to offer the best to Guru and Krishna. That should be our job. Otherwise, very difficult. Here also that's what. For example, since boys and girls in the Western countries freely intermingle, special concessions regarding their customs and habits are necessary to bring them to Krishna consciousness. The Acharya must devise a means to bring them to devotion service. Therefore, although I am a sannyasi, I sometimes take part in getting boys and girls married. Although in the history of sannyas, no sannyasi has precisely taken part in marrying his disciples. But Prabhupada has done, because Acharya knows whatever he has to do, whatever he can do to bring them to Krishna consciousness. If he has to get them married, he will do. If he has whatever he has to do. Sometimes Prabhupada accepted everybody, anybody and everybody, from any background, any walks of life. It is only to bring all of them and present to his Guru. That is what, out of so much love and compassion. Dainya Daya, Anyamane Pratishta Varjan. He always gave respect. That's why in today, whole world is glorifying Sri Prabhupada throughout. So, and it's going to be next 10,000 years, because he has given respect to all. That's why our duty is also give respect to everybody. Don't give pain to anybody. So that is a bhakti. If you don't do anything, no service, but don't offend others, don't criticize others, at least give respect to everyone. So don't give pain to others. So at least be soft and develop loving relations with everyone. That's what we have to come. But with Guru and Krishna first, then you'll be able to develop with all others. It can't happen otherwise. When Guru and Krishna is not in our center, focus is not there, then you can't develop loving relations. That always agitation will come, because anxiety will come. Others will make you anxiety, bring you anxiety. But when Guru and Krishna is in the center, then they will transform our heart. Then that anxiety will go away. Rather, more softness will come. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So that is the instruction from this particular pastime. We'll stop here.